Hello nice people and welcome to the channel. If you don't know me yet, my name is Andrea, I'm Italian, I'm a passionate about photography and video, and I'm here today with a new vlog. So today is a little special and different than usual. I'm still sick, I got a pneumonia, so I'm recovering. Yeah, I don't wish things to anyone. It sucks a lot. But anyway, I'm still recovering, so I'm at home. I decided today to take the day to practice a little bit video, how to make video and cinematic sequences. So I decided to do, you know what? It's a trend that there is a lot on the web concerning coffee, making coffee. Why I can't give my contribution to the cause? Why I can't show to the world how Italians make coffee? And be aware, not the espresso that you get outside at the bar, but the true and proper Italian Moka coffee. So it's the one that my grandmother, my mother, they taught me when I was a child, and the one that I'm still doing every single day, every single morning. Yeah, so that's it. That's an excuse for me to practice and for you to see how I make this thing. So I'm gonna share a little bit of the process, the gear I use, the things I decide to do, and of course, the final result. Okay, so if you wanna stay with me, if you wanna follow me in this little journey, you are more than welcome. And don't forget to subscribe in case you wanna stay more, because if you subscribe to the channel, you will be notified clicking the notification bell all the time that I upload a new video. Okay, so that's it. I think we can just start and let's see what happens. Let's go.
So I think that the best way to start this thing is to make a plan of the things I have to do, because just looking at the kitchen, there are some things that needs to be done before starting, like clean the kitchen and maybe thinking about what sequences I need to do and how to do them. So let's make a plan first. So here is my plan. So first things first, watch and learn. So what I want to see is to watch at least 2 or 3 other cinematic sequences made by other YouTubers on the web. Yeah, to get some inspiration and understand what looks professional and what doesn't. Okay, so I've seen something. So there are some sequences. So a lot of sequences can be done just holding the camera still, with no movement. Honestly, I do prefer a little bit of movement, mostly where there is some actions going on. You know, if it is only the coffee coming out from the mocha, then can be a still image. That one, it works anyway if it is still. But if there is a little bit of actions, you know, pouring the coffee grains, we don't have coffee grains, we have just powder, but just putting the powder there, so there is a little bit of actions. It's good if there is a little bit of movement as well. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Second things, because I'm practical, I need to do stuff with my hands. I'm gonna prepare the scene. So what I'm gonna do is to clean the entire kitchen. I wanna clean everything to make everything looks very professional. I will prepare all the objects and props that I need, and I will think about the light, because I've realized that the sun is going down, so using just natural light I think is not gonna work, so I need to set up a little bit of lights. Third, it will be planned sequences. So what I will do is to divide every single action in chunks, and then I will decide what to do first and what to shoot next. And finally, I will record. Okay, so I've just set the scene. So I have a little light to give a little bit of reflection on the situation here. So I'm gonna work there on the fire here and a little bit on the sink.
Okay, so since I want to take this sequence of me putting the powder on the container, I don't know how to call it. I don't have a macro lens to be very close to the action on focus. So I will switch to the 42.5 micro because it's very tiny, but actually it's a very zoom lens, I can take a close-up shot of that same sequence without being so close to the action. I will use a tripod for that. and that's it. So let's try. So little update. Definitely the most challenging part is to do camera movements, because you can do whatever you want with the camera still on a tripod, or putting the camera into surface anywhere. But the most difficult part is to do some camera movements. I still can do some fake camera movements in post or using the 4K crop on my Lumix GH5, but is not the same. I have really held in the camera, moving the camera. So yeah, I don't have someone to film. I am myself doing, as you always, I'm myself doing the actions and also filming myself. So to do the camera movements is the most challenging part.
Okay, back to the square one. Sorry, let me adjust here the display because I can't see my face, and that's annoying. Okay, so as I said, I think I'm done. I'm pretty much done. I did the whole process. Now, now is the moment to enjoy the coffee. It's almost cold. And tomorrow night I will proceed with the editing phase. So a few considerations before I move on. So what happened is that during the shooting I've used 5 minutes the gimbal, and then I switched to the GorillaPod. So the gimbal was okay to do some large mid-range shots to have a little bit of context, but definitely is too high to be used on a flat surface. GorillaPod is more flexible. You can use it as a tripod, even if you don't have the camera movements, but at least you can place the camera in a good way, in any way you want actually. Then I also use the book to do some fake camera movements. I also use a drawer again to do some fake camera movement, actually real camera movements. As far as lenses are concerned, I've used mainly the prime 25 millimeters and a little bit the 42.5. So just remember you that I'm shooting with Micro Four Third camera. So for a full frame camera, these are the equivalents of the 50 millimeters and the 85 millimeters. They are 1.4 aperture and 1.7 aperture. And that's it. So now let's go to the editing phase. All right, so the editing is done. It took like to review all the footage, to select the music, to build up the sequence, to polish the sequence, to color grade a little bit. I think it took like 3 hours of work. So I worked quite a lot just for a minute of sequence. But on average, and overall, I'm quite satisfied. I think it's working. It's something that I enjoyed. For sure, I've learned a lot. There is definitely something that is, it's not exactly what I was expecting to obtain. It's not exactly there. It's not exact. I'm not conscious, guys. I'm not aware of what I feel is missing. But it's definitely missing something. I mean, in my expectation, I was imagining something else that I'm not able to identify. So if you have any ideas, any constructive criticisms, any feedback, and you want to leave the comment down below to exchange a little bit, to let me know what do you think, if you enjoyed it, if for you is okay, if you believe that something I could have done differently, I would really appreciate your support and your help in this. All right, so I leave to you this last sequence. Enjoy it, and remember, if you enjoyed this vlog and the video, guys, a like and a subscription to the channel is super helpful to keep me doing this thing. So don't hesitate, don't be shy, it's for free. Just do it in case you enjoyed it, okay? That's it. Thank you guys, I'll see you in the next video, and I leave to you the sequence. Cheers!